Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the first episode of my brand new series here called Unscripted. I'll be uploading this series between now and FIFA 16, and basically Unscripted is going to be all about the commentaries. The gameplay you'll be seeing on the screen will be some Ultimate Team footage. I'll most likely be playing 1 or 2 games per episode, hopefully winning some games as well. But of course, the gameplay isn't going to be too important. Unscripted is more about the commentaries, and it's called Unscripted because the commentaries I'll be doing are, as you can probably guess, unscripted. There's no script to these commentaries. There's nothing written down. There's nothing I'll be looking at on the screen to help me basically talk a little bit better and explain things a little bit better. They'll be completely unscripted, completely rogue, and it's also going to be a one take as well. I'm not going to be merging separate commentaries together in the episodes. I'm not going to be doing the commentaries over. Basically, this is the first commentary I'll do, and it'll be the only commentary I'll do. So if I make some mistakes, if I sneeze, if I cough, if my phone goes off, if I've got to go answer the door, that's just how it is, I'm afraid. And that's how it's going to be. So that's why it's called Unscripted. It's going to be a one take. You guys decided on the name for the series, and hopefully you guys enjoy this. It's just something a little bit different, and in these commentaries I'm going to be discussing certain topics and certain things that I normally shy away from talking about in my regular videos, just because I'm always scared of being misinterpreted and misunderstood. But as FIFA 16 will be coming out very soon, I anticipate I'll get quite a few new viewers, and a lot of people ask me why I do certain things and, you know, why I am who I am, I suppose. And, you know, certain topics I'll be discussing in this series will basically be like a reference for you guys. If you're a new viewer to my channel, it's maybe the first video of mine you've watched, you'll be able to hopefully understand why I do things a little bit differently to some YouTubers out there, and basically it'll be me trying to explain the reasons as to why that is as well. So, you know, hopefully you enjoy this. Again, it's something a little bit different. You know, the topics I'll be talking about, I usually shy away from talking about in regular videos, but for these, it's just going to be something where, you know, hopefully you guys will understand why I do things a little bit differently, and hopefully you'll just enjoy this series. And again, if you don't want to watch the gameplay, that's fine. Just listen to me in the background. That's cool as well. And there you go. So that's an introduction to the series, and for me, an introduction to me. Once again, it's maybe the first video of mine you've watched. I go by Docs on YouTube. I'm usually known as J or JC in real life by most people. I'm 22 years old. I'm going on 23. I'll be 23 in November, and I am a FIFA YouTuber, as you can probably tell. I upload FIFA videos every single day, usually twice. I can't remember the last time I didn't upload at least one video on a day, but that's by the by. But regardless, I upload FIFA videos, and I love what I do. You know, this is, you know, beginning to become like a full-time job for me now. It used to be a hobby. I started back in 2011, a long time ago now, obviously, over 4 years, and it's becoming a job, and I just absolutely love it. And I'm so grateful for, you know, you guys out there who support me and, you know, help this become a job for me, I suppose. I'm really, really appreciative of that, and yeah, that's basically just who I am as a person. And you know, hopefully in this series you'll be able to understand, you know, why I am this way, I suppose, if you think I'm a little bit different to most people, which is totally fine. But the first thing I want to discuss in this video before I really get started, you know, is about me, obviously, and I want to clarify right from the beginning that I know that I'm not a famous person in any way. You know, I know that I'm not a celebrity or a big star in the YouTube scene, or even in the FIFA scene, even in the career mode scene. I'm not as big as some out there, and I know that. I can recognize that, and I also know that I'm quite a boring person. You know, I know that if you are someone who likes a certain style of videos, the ones I produce, then maybe I'll be one of your favorite YouTubers. But if you're someone who doesn't like my unenthusiastic, monotonous tone, then you probably aren't going to enjoy my videos very much, and that's totally fine with me. I just have never really changed my style of commentary, and that's just how it is, basically. So I'm able to recognize that I'm not a famous person. But in this video, I'll be talking about influence and impressionable children. And therefore, I want to say straight away that I'm not bigging myself up and, you know, making myself bigger than I actually am, trying to sound egotistical and arrogant. That's not me at all. I want to clarify that straight away. So whatever you hear in this video, please don't take it the wrong way. I'm able to recognize that I am not a celebrity of any kind. I know that. I'm just some, you know, to some people, probably just some loser who just uploads FIFA FIFA videos and gets paid a little bit of money for them. So I know that, and there you go. So obviously I discussed a minute ago that I probably would get looked upon as doing things a little bit differently to a lot of YouTubers out there. I am able to recognize that is most likely the truth, and in this series, like I said, I'll be discussing certain things. This episode is going to be about coin sponsors. A future one will be about why my manager name in my manager career modes is LGBT equality. I'll probably discuss why I have charities and organizations that I support listed in the descriptions of all my videos. I'll be discussing these sort of things. I'll be discussing why I do the things the way I do, and hopefully you'll be able to appreciate why it is, and you'll be able to understand why it is as well. So when it comes down to having a coin sponsor, obviously I don't have one, and I get asked the question quite a lot, why don't you have a coin sponsor? Why don't you promote coin selling companies? It seems like most of YouTubers get to a stage, they get one, and that's it. Why don't you have one? I get asked that question quite a lot. Why don't you have a coin sponsor? Obviously, for those that do know a bit more about me than some, my house is being sold, and I'm looking for a new place to live right now, and I don't earn much money on YouTube. I have 120 something thousand subscribers, which I'm very, very grateful for, but the vast majority are inactive. I don't get too many views on my videos, especially not when you consider the amount of subscribers I should have. I should have a lot more. But I don't get a lot more, don't get a lot of views, and I don't earn much money basically. And a lot of people have been asking me of late, why don't I get a coin sponsor? I don't earn much money. I know that I don't earn much money. You guys will know that now as well. And why don't you get a coin sponsor? Why don't you just get a coin sponsor? No one's going to unsubscribe. No one's going to start disliking all your videos. No one's going to start leaving nasty comments, or at least I certainly wouldn't think so. Why don't you just get a coin sponsor? Nobody cares. We just want to see you earn more money. I get asked that question all the time, and in this video I'm going to do my best to try and explain why I don't get a coin sponsor and why I most likely never will get one. The first thing I really want to discuss about this though is the demographics of my audience and the viewers that I have. Now, I'm able to recognize that as a YouTuber, the vast majority of my audience are still technically kids. A lot of my audience are teenagers. I have some viewers that are in their 20s, even have a couple that are in their 30s that I know of, but a lot of my audience are in their teens, and some of them are actually pre-teens as well. Some of them are actually really, really quite young, 12, 11, 10 years old, and I have a lot of young viewers. I have a lot of young viewers, and kids are impressionable. Kids are impressionable. I really need to discuss that right from the back. Kids are really, really impressionable. I'm 22, going on 23. I was that age myself once. I was 10, 11, 12 years old, obviously. I didn't just skip those years. I was 10, 11, 12 years old, and at that age, I was very, very impressionable. My idols and my role models back then were, goalkeepers mainly. I used to play in goal. I used to play football quite a lot. My idols were goalkeepers, really. One of my biggest idols was David Seaman. I used to love David Seaman, and a quick anecdote here, which we'll link into the commentary. When I was younger, I used to watch David Seaman's VHSs or videos of goalkeeping nightmares or Jeepers Keepers, and David Seaman would sometimes give tips on how he would be a goalkeeper, what sort of sets him apart from the pack. He was a great goalkeeper back in the day, and he would basically give tips on what you should do as a goalkeeper, as a young goalkeeper up and coming, basically, no matter what your level was. And one of the things David Seaman would actually teach people to do in this video was that when you're facing a penalty, when you have to face a penalty, if you've got the ball, basically put backspin on the ball, and the striker would have to come towards you to pick up the ball, and it makes you look more intimidating as a goalkeeper, and the goal looks smaller, and so on and so forth. And basically, I would do that sort of thing. David Seaman would tell me to do that sort of thing, via a video, via VHS, not me as an individual, but just us watching the videos. And I would do that because I was impressionable. At that age, 10, 11, 12 years old, David Seaman was like my life. He was my role model, he was my idol. I wanted to be just like him. I was really, really impressionable, and therefore I would do the sort of things he would do. Now, kids still idolize footballers, obviously they really do, but a lot of kids also nowadays idolize YouTubers and have YouTubers as their role models. And I have, like I said, quite a lot of young viewers, 10, 11, 12 years old, and I'm able to recognize that quite a lot of those viewers, or I should say not quite a lot, but a few of those viewers actually look up to me as some kind of role model and some kind of idol. Believe it or not, you may be watching this video and you may not like me very much, or you may not think much of me. You may think I'm just some random loser, but there are some people out there that look up to me as some kind of role model, some kind of idol, some kind of figure that they want to be just like in the future when they get to my age, And, most of those are, 10, 11, 12 years old, quite young. excuse me, quite young, and that's scary. That's pretty scary. It's flattering, don't get me wrong. There are people out there that want to be just like me, but it's also a little bit scary because it means that I have to make sure that I conduct myself in a proper manner to make sure that when people do want to act like me, when they do want to do the sort of things that I do, they are, what would be considered good things, I suppose, and not negative things. So yeah, kids are impressionable. Like I said, I used to be that age. David Seaman was my idol. I would do all the things that David Seaman would do on the football pitch because he would tell me to do them. And kids are impressionable, and some of my younger viewers look up to me, like I would for David Seaman, for example, and want to do, the sort of things I do. I mean, put it this way: there are people out there who have bought copies of FIFA because they want to do the sort of same sort of career modes that I do. There are people out there that have bought recording software because they want to start doing YouTube like I do because I'm their favorite YouTuber and they want to do just what I do. It's pretty scary to think that's a fact, because I always think of myself like I'm not egotistical. I know I'm not a celebrity in any way or a big famous person. I just think I'm some random guy, but a lot of people do look up to me as some kind of role model, some kind of idol, and they think about me quite a lot, and they want to be just like me, and they want to do the sort of things that I do. So kids are impressionable, and I know that a lot of my audience are young kids that want to be just like me in some way. So I want to say that straight away because obviously I will be discussing that in a little bit, in a few minutes time, and in a bit more detail. So yeah, kids are impressionable, but when it comes down to coin selling companies, let's just put that to the side for a minute. When it comes down to coin selling companies, what do coin selling companies do? What do coin selling companies do? If you've never played Ultimate Team before, what do coin selling companies do? Coin selling companies basically buy and sell coins to you. If you play Ultimate Team, basically you would know that there's virtual currency in the game, and any game out there that's big enough that has virtual currency, you'll probably find a company out there that sells that virtual currency for real money. Coin selling companies basically will take your real money and give you coins into your account, or you'll get money for your coins, so they will buy your coins off you. That's how coin selling companies work. And a coin sponsor will basically sponsor a YouTube, and in the introduction to their videos, every single video they produce, the first 10 or 15 seconds will be the YouTuber saying, if you want coins, check out www.xyz and use the code, whoever, for 10, 15% off or whatever. That's coin selling, that's coin sponsors, that's how it is. So a lot of YouTubers nowadays get coin sponsors because they can pay a decent amount of money per month, and it can be very, very beneficial for them, in terms of their finances. So a lot of YouTubers get coin sponsors, but I don't get one. And the reason being is quite simple. Coin selling and coin buying is unethical. It's against the terms of service of EA's game, and it can result in a swift, permanent ban of your account, which will most likely never get overturned. So if you're caught buying or selling coins by EA, you can get your account banned and you'll never get it back. So that's just how it is. A lot of the time you'll buy coins or you'll sell coins and that's it. You won't get your account banned. You'll never get found out. You can buy, I don't know what the prices are right now for coins, but you can buy like 200,000 worth of coins for X amount of money, and you can buy loads of cool players, and that's it. It doesn't matter. You've used that real money to buy that virtual currency, but who cares? You're not going to get found out. That's all good. But sometimes you will get found out. Sometimes EA will find out that you've bought or sold coins, either or, and they will ban your account. It will be permanently banned, and you won't be able to get it back. So coin selling is against the terms of service of the game. It's illegal in the rules of EA's game, and it's unethical. Now, for me, when it comes down to getting a coin sponsor, what would it mean if I was to get one tomorrow, for example? Well, it would mean in the next video that I produce, you'll hear me, instead of going straight into my episode of whatever it might be, right now it's probably one season challenge, I'll say, instead of saying, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of One Season Challenge. Instead of hearing that straight away like you usually would, it will be me saying, if you want coins, check out www. Whatever, and use the code DOCS for 10% off or whatever else. That's what would happen if I started promoting coin selling companies. And you may think, well, so what? So what? You get yourself a coin sponsor, who cares? Who cares? I'm not going to unsubscribe just because now every single video has that at the start of it. I'm not going to start disliking your videos and leaving nasty comments. I'm not going to do that because, you're a YouTuber that I watch. I want you to get more money. I want you to succeed more. I would imagine that most people watch me want me to do well in life, which is very nice. I'm not going to unsubscribe from you just because you get a coin sponsor. So what? So what if you get a coin sponsor? I've been asked that question like all the time and a lot over the past few weeks because, as I said, I'm moving. I need to find a place to live in, and a lot of people have just said, why don't you get a coin sponsor because you'll get more money and no one's going to care. Well, the thing is, I would care. I would care, because my channel is not all about the gameplay that I produce and the commentaries that I do. It's also about good morals and good ethics and good standards. I do things a little bit differently to some YouTubers. For me, what's really important to me is recognizing that the platform I have needs to be, needs to be conducted in a proper way. I can't exploit the younger viewers on my channel because, as I mentioned a few minutes ago there, kids are impressionable. I have a lot of young viewers on my channel, and a lot of them look up to me, again, as some kind of role model, some kind of idol, which again is flattering but also a little bit scary. It's very, very nice. And I know that if I told, certain 10, 11, 12-year-olds, sometimes even older than that, and that's fine, to go ahead and buy coins, there's a good chance that they would do it. Not every single video, because they would, max out their parents' credit cards. But, I would tell them to buy coins, and there's a good chance that they would probably do it at least once because they want me to look at them favorably. I've had so many younger viewers tweet me and, message me on social media sites, basically begging me for some kind of, to recognize them in some way, because they really do idolize me in some way and look up to me as a role model in some way. And like I talked about a minute ago with David Seaman being my idol at that age and wanting to do the same sort of stuff that he did, I've had people that bought copies of FIFA before. I have people that have started doing YouTube because of what I do, which is really, really nice, and it's amazing to think that I've had that influence. But I also know that it does mean that if I really wanted to, I could exploit the younger viewers on my channel very, very easily. When it comes down to asking them to buy coins, if it worked in that way, if it was like commission, for example, it's not really that, it doesn't really work that way, coin selling companies, how they pay their YouTubers. But if it was commission, it wouldn't be too hard for me to say, hey, Steve, you're 10 years old, 11, 12 years old, whatever else, why don't you buy some coins and I'll follow you on Twitter? It will be very, very easy. That's commission right there, and it's an easy way of me exploiting those kids that age, because obviously it doesn't work that way, but I'm just saying if it did, it will be very, very easy for me because they look up to me at in such a glowing way. They look up to me as some kind of idol, some kind of role model, and it will be so easy. And when it comes down to it, I know that if I did start promoting coin selling companies, I'm sure there would be some viewers out there that would think, oh, okay, Docs, wants me to go and buy coins. He just asked me at the start of my intro, if you want coins, well, maybe I do want coins now because he said so. Go onto this website and enter the code and whatever else, and there you go. And they get their parents to get their debit card and their credit cards out and go ahead and do it because I told them to do it. I told them to do it. But when you go ahead and promote that coin selling company, when you go ahead and do that intro at the start of every single video, what you may notice from a FIFA YouTuber, whoever it may be, there are many YouTubers out there that promote coin selling companies, which is totally fine. What you will notice is that the YouTuber will never say in their introduction, they will never say in their advert, or most likely never say, some might, I'm not sure, but most of them probably won't. They won't ever say, if you buy coins or if you sell your coins, your account can be banned. They probably won't say that in their advert because the company don't want them to say that, obviously, because it will put people off doing it. They won't say that, but it is true. It is true. If you get caught buying or selling coins, you will most likely get your account banned permanently and you won't ever get it back. And not many YouTubers, or at least none that I've seen, have ever actually, explained that risk in their advert, which I think is wrong, because it exploit those younger viewers who probably don't actually know that their accounts could get banned. Yes, of course, when you start up Ultimate Team, you'll get a screen that says something like, EA does not condone coin selling companies, or does not condone buying and selling coins or whatever else, buying virtual currency for real money or whatever they may say. Not many people are really going to care about that message. Not many people are really going to digest that message and, just remember it. So nobody really, pays too much attention to it. If you want to buy coins, you want to sell coins, that message is probably not going to put you off. Let's be honest here. But a YouTuber has so much influence over their audience, particularly those younger viewers, like I said, and I have the same here. I know that I'm not a big YouTuber. I know I'm not famous. I know I'm not a celebrity. I know I never will be. I know that. But I do have people that look up to me in some way and that want to do the things that I do and want to do the things that I tell them to do because they want me to look at them in some kind of favorable way. So I know that there are kids out there that are impressionable that would probably buy coins because I told them to. And would it sit right with me if their account got banned? There's a good chance that if you buy coins or you sell coins, your account is fine. You won't get banned. Nothing will happen. You'll be able to afford players like Aguero and Hazard and whatever else, and everyone's happy, But there's also that chance that your account could get banned. And no YouTuber, like I said a minute ago, no YouTuber really actually explains that, which I think is wrong. And would I feel comfortable exploiting impressionable viewers of my videos, for a little bit more cash every month? I don't really think so, because I always think, what would happen if that 10, 11, 12-year-old, or whatever age you may be, got their account banned because they bought coins because I told them to? How do you think, little Billy would feel at 11 years old if he got his parents to go ahead and buy 200,000, coins, for his Ultimate Team account, and then his account got banned a few days later? How do you think he would feel? Well, not very good, because he's sort of been misled by me a little bit, because I never explained the risk to him, and of course he was so young, he probably wouldn't have been able to recognize that risk himself. How would he feel? Well, not very good. And how would I feel knowing that his account has been banned because of, him buying coins and me not explaining the risk? I would feel pretty goddamn low about myself, if I'm being completely honest. I would feel absolutely terrible, because I would know that I never explained that risk, and he did it because he just wanted me to look at him favorably in some way. And once again, I want to reiterate that I know that this is the minority of people I'm talking about here. I know that most people don't look at me that way. I know that most people just see me as some, like I said, probably some loser who just uploads FIFA videos, doesn't get much views on them. But there are some people out there that do look at me as some kind of idol and some kind of role model, and you have to realize that. I recognize that. I realize that, and because of that, I don't want to abuse that. I don't want to abuse that person's sort of, not worship of me, but someone who looks up to me in some way. I don't want to abuse that in any way, because for me, my channel is not just about gameplay and commentary. It's about good ethics, good morals, good standards, and doing the right thing. I think it would be pretty hypocritical of me to start promoting a coin selling company which is against the terms of service of the game that we all play and sometimes love and sometimes hate. I think that would be really, really hypocritical of me to do, and that's why I don't get myself a coin sponsor, because I really wouldn't like the idea of me exploiting impressionable viewers out there of my channel that look up to me as such a favorable role model or figure. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it at all. And don't get me wrong, would the money improve my life drastically? Would you start seeing me driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis if I started promoting coin sponsors? If I got myself a coin sponsor? Obviously not. It doesn't provide you with that much money, obviously, but it can provide you a pretty decent amount per month, and it's money for old rope. It's not hard to basically just record yourself, a 10-second intro saying, buy coins from this website or whatever. So, I recognize that, but I just would not feel comfortable knowing that I could be influencing people to do something which is against the terms of service of the game, which is wrong, which shouldn't, which you shouldn't do. I'll be honest here. I've bought coins and I've sold coins. I can be honest, but the difference is I don't promote that and I don't look upon it favorably. I bought coins because I wanted to make better Ultimate Team videos back in the day when I used to do that quite often, and I've sold coins because I wanted a bit more money in my bank account. But would I ever promote them? Would I ever say you should definitely do it because there's no risk? Well, obviously not, because there is a risk. There is a risk that your account will get banned, and I can't bring myself to do that, especially when I know that a lot of my audience are young, are impressionable, and just want to do something favorable in my eyes. So that's basically why I don't have a coin sponsor. And will I ever get a coin sponsor? Well, probably not, unless EA say, unless EA do a drastic U-turn and say, actually, we are going to let coin selling companies actually operate within our game. I'm not going to get a coin sponsor because it's unethical. It's hypocritical of me, really, as someone who tries to promote good morals and good standards. I don't really think that it's fair of me to promote that service, even for a little bit more money per month, if I'm not making kids and whoever may be watching aware of the risks of what can happen if you get if you get caught buying or selling coins, which is your account can get banned, and that can be the end of that, basically. So that's basically why I don't have a coin sponsor. Again, I get asked the question quite a lot, and once again, I want to reiterate that I do not think of myself as a big celebrity figure in some way. I know that, but I do know and I do recognize there are some kids out there that idolize me in some way, look up to me in some way, which is very, very flattering, but also scary. And I just don't feel comfortable exploiting that level of trust, I suppose. And there you go. I think it's pretty scary for me because I try and do the right thing as much as possible. And I'm always worried I'm going to get misinterpreted and misunderstood quite a bit, and that's why I've shied away from talking about this topic quite a lot. And also one of the big reasons is because I don't want other YouTubers out there to watch this video and think, oh my god, this guy sounds like an absolute, he thinks that he's better than us just because we promote coin sellers and he doesn't. That's not true at all. I have no problem with any YouTuber that has a coin sponsor at all. I have no problem with it whatsoever. I'm saying that for me as an individual, my channel is probably a bit different to yours, and like I said, I do things a little bit differently. I try and promote good morals and good standards and good ethics. It's really, really important for me to recognize that the platform I have should be used in a positive manner, and I should try and, use my influence, if you will, for good. And promoting a coin selling company goes against that. It's hypocritical, and it's why I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I want to reiterate that I have no problem with any YouTuber out there that has a coin sponsor. In fact, I would go as far as saying that if you are a YouTuber out there that wants a little bit more scratch and you don't have a coin sponsor, that might be a viable option for you to get a little bit more money month by month, and that could possibly be the difference between you doing YouTube as a hobby and doing it as a job. As I said, I'm probably going to start living on YouTube money, at least for the next year, at least I'd hope so, and it's amazing. I love doing what I do, and if you want to do the same thing, maybe that coin sponsor can be the difference between you achieving that and not achieving that. So I'd actually go as far as saying that coin sponsors can be very beneficial for a YouTuber, and I don't think any viewer of a YouTuber should be put off by a YouTuber that does promote a coin selling company, because you have to realize that the money they pay us could be the difference between us making videos for you every single day and just every now and then. Coin sponsors can be the difference between that for some YouTubers out there. Fortunately, not for me. Even though I don't earn much money through what I do, I still am able to earn just about enough to be able to live on it, and I will be looking for a new place very soon to be able to live on it, and therefore I don't need to worry about it. But for some YouTubers, they won't be able to, and they need that coin selling company to give them that money extra per month. So basically I want to say, right to end the episode off, don't ever think that I think of myself as better than any other YouTuber through what I've said here. I don't think that at all. I think that any YouTuber that gets a coin sponsor should not be looked at any less favorably because of that at all. It can be the difference between them making a job out of YouTube and just having it as a hobby. And let's be honest here, who doesn't want more money? Who doesn't want to do YouTube as a job if they do it as a hobby, Most people out there want more money and want to do YouTube as a job because they love it, just like I do, for example. So that's basically why I don't have a coin sponsor myself, though, because for me personally, it's hypocritical of my nature and hypocritical of the standards I try and promote on my videos. And I probably won't ever get a coin sponsor unless EA ever do a U-turn and actually allow coin sponsors to be legal and to operate within their game. But hopefully I made some sense in this video. Again, the take-home point really is that if you are wondering why I don't have a coin sponsor, it's just because it is probably a bit hypocritical of me, really. And I don't really want to do that, and that's about it. Once again, I want to say that this is not a diss on anyone. That is not me at all, and hopefully I made some sense, and hopefully you enjoyed this episode. It's the first one of this brief mini-series. If you did enjoy the video, then please do leave a like. You don't have to leave a like if you don't want to, but I really would appreciate it. If I didn't explain my points very well, I should once again say this was a one take and an unscripted commentary, so you have to give me a little bit of the benefit of the doubt for some things I might have said, because obviously I'm not going to be editing this at all, and I'm not going to be doing it over at all. But hopefully I did make some sense. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or give me a tweet on Twitter at @doclanders. And if you have any future topics for me which you're just really, really hopeful that I might answer one day, then feel free to leave them in the comments. Maybe, maybe you want to know why my manager name is LGBT equality. Maybe you want to know why I put charities and organizations in the descriptions of my videos. Whatever. If you're wondering why I do certain things a certain way, why I don't do face cam, for example, I get asked that all the time, why I don't do face cam. If you want to know, feel free to leave me a comment, and maybe I'll get around to answering it in another episode in this series. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, something a little bit different. If you did, then please do leave a like. Please don't misinterpret what I said. I really hope I was clear enough with what I said in this video. And thank you very much for watching the video. I really do hope you did enjoy it. And I will see you for the second episode of Unscripted very soon. Have a great weekend.